Well guys, as you just said it right there, it's the last day of this event, the third edition of the Hainan Expo, and the entire focus of this event is on the Chinese consumer. I think you can see behind me plenty of people here at the venue in the city of Haikou. Yesterday was the first day that the event was open to the public. We had around 70,000 visitors. On Friday, you had a variety of activities, nearly 100 activities to be precise, and different sort of brand debuts. And that's been the theme of this event. When I look back at the first day when we got here, all the preparations getting underway, chasing down certain companies and CEOs, the main focus from them and the message from them is similar to what you said there at the top, looking at economic recovery, looking to tap into the domestic market here. I spoke with a variety of business leaders. One that stands out to me is the chairman of the China-Italy Chamber of Commerce. Keep in mind, Italy, the guest country of honor here at the Expo this year, they brought in around 150 different brands, and under the chamber, just over 20 brands. So they had a major presence here, also a government delegation representing the Italians. And the message from them was that they're eager to get back to business, to get back to doing import-export and doing trade. Also, their sort of motivation is to be localized here in China. A clear message from that chairman was that, hey, if you want to be successful in China, if you want to make money, if you want to drive those profits up, you need to localize and meet the demands and satisfy the local consumer here. Also speaking with Porsche, their CFO and their China VP, a similar message taking into account Hainan's future here, connecting with Southeast Asia, connecting with other parts of China, also keeping in mind environmental green practices. That's major for these car manufacturers here. You look at NEVs, a major sort of sector of the automotive industry here. But as you said, today is the last day. You see a lot of families here, a lot of people showing up, exploring what's being showcased here. Tons of premium brands, and it's been an interesting sort of process of covering this event, seeing that economic recovery, and hopefully that continues as we move more into 2023. Gaz?
So Omar, you've been following this expo very closely. I mean, you did mention briefly earlier, but I just want to ask you, what stood out for you during this expo?
I think for me, at least, is the idea and the motivation that a lot of these companies here, number one, they are content that events of this scale, of this size, are being held. Of course, we're in that sort of post-COVID dynamic zero scheme sort of era right now. A lot of flow, a lot of people coming down here. The movement of not only goods and products is a lot more easier now, but getting these global CEOs, getting these companies down to the province of Hainan, that's been easy. Second is realizing that the Chinese consumer, they're ready to spend again. Okay, of course, there's been a lot of savings. There's been a bit of hesitation from the Chinese consumer coming into this post-pandemic era, but the hopes are from these companies that, hey, we have one of the largest consumer bases in the world here in China, soon to be the largest perhaps. They can spend, they have the money in their pockets, in their wallets, and the hope is that we can profit off of that. And of course, looking forward to other major events. You have the Canton Fair, which is just kicking off right now, which is a more outward-facing event with Chinese vendors, Chinese companies looking to attract international buyers, whereas this event is those foreign brands coming to China, looking to tap into the market. And it's not just companies that have attended this event before. There is, of course, a lot of brands that have been in China for decades, but there are companies also who have come to this Consumer Expo here in Haikou that are making their debut in the Chinese market. And that message is clear that even though the past 3 years have been difficult, there are still opportunities to tap into as we go forward. So a mixed sort of event, existing companies with presence here in China. You take Dell Technologies gaming brand Alienware as an example. They have over 200 brick and mortar stores here in China. They keep opening and keep looking to seek those revenues as they expand across the country. And keep in mind, a lot of the companies are aware of Hainan province's future. You have plans to make it a fully sort of free trade area, free trade port that's going to be connecting markets not only in the region but globally. You also have duty-free stores here. A lot of this economic focus on the province of Hainan, and the thing is, companies recognize that.